In this video, we're going to learn about euphemisms in under 3 minutes. So let's start with what a euphemism is. A euphemism is a pleasant-sounding word that's used to describe topics of a delicate nature. So for instance, if I say passed away instead of saying died, if I say between jobs instead of unemployed, expecting instead of pregnant, or vertically challenged instead of the much more simple short. Now the key to euphemisms is that it's all about connotation. So what you're doing is you're replacing a word with a negative connotation with a word with a positive connotation. So in our example of died, the word died has a negative connotation. It suggests death. It's rather morbid. So we would replace this with the more positive sounding passed away, which is much more softer and pleasant to the ears. Or the phrase unemployed would be replaced with the phrase between jobs. So instead of someone who is incapable of finding work, you have someone who is simply looking for a job, between two jobs that they are capable of. Now, one interesting thing to note about euphemisms is that they tend to be overused, and eventually that positive connotation starts to wear away. So, if for the word unemployed, we first came up with the euphemism between jobs, well, eventually between jobs is going to start to sound cliche, and people are going to suspect it of really just meaning another word for unemployed. So in that case, another euphemism might be created that sounds even more positive. So for instance, I'm making a career transition. So now, instead of just being someone who is between two jobs and looking for any job that will get them by, I'm a person who's making a conscious career effort to find a new field that I'm interested in. So we see that the pattern goes from negative to positive to even more positive. And this is really all there is to euphemisms. You're simply replacing a negative sounding word with a much more positive or pleasant sounding word. And hopefully now that you know what they are, you can identify them as you come across them or even experiment by using them on your own.